In this video, we'll discuss how to prepare your smart bidding for seasonal events that may cause an increase in website traffic or a change in conversion rates. It's important to remember that smart bidding can handle most seasonal events without the need to make any manual adjustments within your account. However, there are cases in which you may consider adjusting your smart bidding for seasonal events. These adjustments will be relevant to you if you've set a target CPA or target ROAS for your search or display campaigns. We'll cover the recommended action for two scenarios: expecting a large traffic increase to your website and expecting conversion rates to drastically change. If you expect a large traffic increase to your website, you do not need to adjust your smart bidding targets. The more volume, the better for smart bidding. If you don't expect conversion rates to change drastically, target CPA and target ROAS will remain the best way to achieve your cost per acquisition and return on investment goals. Still, ensure that your campaign budget isn't capped in order to capture the full opportunity of your campaign. If you note limited by budget in the status column of the campaigns table, this means that your budget is lower than the recommended daily budget. If you expect conversion rates to change, the recommended action depends on the type of seasonal trend you'll experience: a longer trend of 3 or more days, or a short spike of 24 to 48 hours. When considering how your conversion rates may change, it's important to think about your conversion lag. Conversion lag is the typical amount of time that it takes for a click to result in a conversion. On average, it takes at least one conversion cycle for smart bidding to adjust to performance changes that may result from seasonality or promotions. Think about this conversion lag when considering whether your seasonal trend is longer or shorter. During longer seasonal trends, it's expected to see a sustained increase or decrease in conversion rates. An example is if you experience a gradual increase in your conversion rate over the holiday season. For longer trends like this, your smart bidding requires no immediate action, since the shift in conversion rate is gradual. Smart bidding learns from how behavior changes on a particular day of the week in the past, so seasonality due to day of the week effects is explicitly accounted for. Also, when seasonal trends wind down, smart bidding will recognize this shift and return to your regular performance once the seasonal period is over. You may experience a short spike in conversion rates due to a seasonal event like a Black Friday sale. A short spike is a 1 to 2 day event where you want to give the algorithm more opportunity to take advantage of the seasonal event before the Google Ads system recognizes the change in conversion rate. In most cases, no action is required, since smart bidding can handle even these short-term scenarios, as long as your budget is large enough to account for the spike. Let's demonstrate. If you expect your conversion rate to increase from 2% to 4%, you can change the target metric by the same factor. This means increasing your target CPA by 2 and target ROAS by 0.5. This is recommended for short spikes so that the bid algorithm does not still view the predicted conversion rate to be 2%. To check if you need to adjust smart bidding targets, review past seasonal events to understand how conversion rates changed. If your campaign is new, we recommend using similar campaigns in your account. If you decide to adjust your target CPA or target ROAS, these adjustments should be made right when the campaign's conversion rate deviates from its usual average, and then again when the spike is over, in order to get the algorithm back down to the normal target CPA or target ROAS used in the campaign. Drafts let you prepare multiple changes to a campaign before pushing them live, whereas experiments help you measure your results to understand the impact of changes before you apply them to a campaign. In this video, we'll use drafts and experiments to test a manual CPC versus target cost per acquisition, or target CPA, bid strategy for a search network campaign. By creating a draft, you are mirroring the original campaign's setup. From there, you can make updates to the draft as you would a normal campaign. Drafts are useful when changes need to be reviewed before going live, or if you want to push multiple changes out at once. Let's get started. Either click Drafts and Experiments from the Page menu, or use the Go To shortcut button to search for drafts. Click the blue plus button and select an existing campaign that you'd like to make a draft of. Now enter the name of your draft and click Save. At this point, you've created a draft campaign, which is an exact mirror of your current live campaign. To open the draft and begin making changes, click the draft name. For this example, we'll change the draft campaign's bid strategy. You can either apply these changes back to the original campaign, or you can create an experiment from the draft to test how your changes perform against your original campaign. In this case, we want to test how the target CPA bid strategy performs against manual CPC. So we will proceed with creating an experiment. To create an experiment that produces clear results, it's important to focus the test on one change at a time. This is because it's impossible to isolate the effect of any single variable if an experiment tests multiple changes at once. Enter a name for your experiment. Your experiment shouldn't share the same name as your original campaign or any other experiments in your account. Choose a start and end date if you'd like. If you're testing a bid strategy, allow the experiment at least 4 to 6 weeks to run. This is due to the learning period, in which the system is adjusting to optimize your bids. If testing ad creatives, keep in mind that experiment campaigns must go through ad approvals. This can take about a day, so factor this in when scheduling your experiment start date. Additionally, ensure that each creative that's being tested is receiving a substantial number of impressions, or else the results will not be statistically significant. Specify the percentage of the original campaign's traffic and budget that you'd like to allocate to the experiment. In this example, the experiment is designed to be 50-50, so 50% of the campaign will use the max CPC bid strategy, and 50% of the campaign will use the target CPA bid strategy. A 50-50 experiment split is always recommended, as this is the fastest way to measure significant results. What type of split option you decide to use is at your discretion. With a search-based experiment split, each search query is split evenly across the base and experiment campaign. With a cookie-based experiment split, users may only see one version of your campaign, regardless of how many times they search. This can help ensure that other factors don't impact your results and may give you more accurate data. In general, we recommend cookie splits over search splits, particularly if you use remarketing lists and a non-last-click attribution model. Now click Save to finish creating the experiment. After clicking Save, your experiment may take several minutes to hours to create. Avoid making any changes to your experiment and original campaign while the experiment is running. If you must make changes, be sure to make the same changes to both the original and experiment campaign. Once your experiment has been running for at least 1 day, you'll see a performance scorecard populate at the top of your experiment. This scorecard outlines how your experiment is performing in comparison to your original campaign. We report statistical significance levels for all metrics via specific icons in the ad interface. When monitoring your experiment, it's best practice to focus on one metric to understand performance. When testing a bid strategy, the typical metrics to observe are conversion volume and average target CPA. For this experiment, we see that target CPA drove greater performance than manual CPC. Now remember, smart bidding needs time to learn, adjust, and perform better. Our recommendation is to wait at least 3 weeks to begin to understand the differences with auto bidding. If you're happy with the experiment's performance, you can then apply these changes to your original campaign, or convert your experiment into a new campaign. If you convert your experiment into a new campaign, your original campaign will be paused, and your new campaign will show with your other campaigns as a regular campaign. In this video, we'll discuss Google's site-wide tagging solutions and how to decide which solution to use. The best way to measure online conversions is to use tools that set cookies in the same domain as your site. These are known as first-party cookies. The tags for these tools should be placed site-wide on every page of your site to effectively measure and optimize your digital marketing investment. There are 3 Google site-wide tagging solutions: the Global Site Tag, Google Tag Manager, and Google Analytics. Implementing a site-wide tag is recommended for 3 reasons. First, site-wide tags help future-proof your conversion measurement. Site-wide tags are better equipped to handle shifts in the measurement ecosystem, so that you can continue measuring conversions accurately if browsers make changes in the way that they handle cookies. Second, site-wide tags enable more accurate conversion tracking. They set new cookies on your site domain, which stores information about the ad clicks that brought a user to your site. And third, site-wide tags provide improved tagging experiences and enable faster and easier integration with Google Ads, Google Marketing Platform advertising products, and Google Analytics. If you already import Google Analytics, goals, or transactions into Google Ads, and they are your only source of conversions, then there's no need to implement site-wide tagging. If you import offline conversions from a CRM into Google Ads, and the CRM is your only source of truth, there's no need to implement site-wide tagging. You can check the source of your conversions by viewing the source column within Google Ads. Before implementing a site-wide tag, you'll want to meet 3 requirements. Activate auto-tagging within your Google Ads account. Auto-tagging will attach the Google Click Identifier, or gclid, parameter to the URL your customers click. The first-party cookie deployed by one of Google's site-wide tagging solutions will store the gclid parameter after a click happens. Then, when the same tag fires on the conversion page, it will use the stored gclid to properly measure conversions. If using any click trackers in tracking URLs, make sure the gclid still works. You can use Google's Chrome developer tools to help you troubleshoot this. Don't fire the tag from within an iframe or via piggybacking. If you use an existing conversion tracking tag, like Floodlight or from a third party, this tag will not fire from your site domain, so will not have the access to the first-party cookies. If you use Google Tag Manager for Google Ads conversion tracking, or if you use Floodlight tags, it's important to ensure that the conversion linker is set to load on every page. The conversion linker tag is used to store click data and first-party cookies associated with your domain. Within the Google Tag Manager account, first select Tags. At this stage, you should already have Google Ads conversion tracking tag installed and triggered on conversion pages. Select the conversion linker option and edit Triggering. Choose All Pages, and then click Save. Lastly, publish this change to your website. If you are not using Google Tag Manager, a second option would be to replace your old tag by a global site tag. Keep in mind that you can still retain the same conversion ID, so your reporting won't be impacted. The global site tag should be implemented on every page of your site in the head section of your HTML pages. And you should also use the event snippet on conversion pages. If you're just setting up a conversion action in Google Ads, you can either install the G tag yourself or email the tag to your web developer. Lastly, if Google Analytics is already implemented on your site and you use Google Ads conversion tracking, an alternative solution is to link the two. Make sure your landing pages and conversion pages match the one in the linked Google Analytics account. Also, if you have more than one domain, make sure to enable cross-domain tracking. To link Google Analytics and Google Ads, select Tools, and then Linked Accounts. Choose Google Analytics to select the Analytics property, and click on Link. You can then select which views to link to Google Ads. We recommend applying audience lists to search campaigns to better understand how various audiences perform. This is because you can monitor the performance of users on an audience list and then bid to the correct value of the audience through smart bidding. In this video, we'll apply the All Users audience list to your search campaigns in 3 simple steps. All Users is an audience list created automatically within your Google Ads account. It uses the remarketing tag on your site to create a list of users that have already visited the site. You can understand how these potential customers re-engage with your ads through applying the list to your search campaigns. This is important since returning users perform differently than new users, often having higher conversion rates. With smart bidding, the bidding algorithm can then use the All Users list as a signal in order to automatically adjust bids for returning users. This removes the need to manually adjust bids for returning users who are more likely to convert. There are 2 settings, targeting and observation. The targeting setting tells Google Ads who you'd like to reach with your ads and where you'd like those ads to show. The observation setting helps you monitor how certain audiences perform with your ads without changing who can see your ads or where they can show. Let's understand targeting and observation through an example. You sell children's clothes and target potential customers through keywords like children's high-quality clothes. You'd like to engage all potential customers who have visited your website, so decide to add the All Users audience list to your search campaign. If you select Observation when applying the All Users list, your ads will continue to show to users who search for your keywords. You'll be able to monitor if any of the users search for your keywords and are on your All Users list. Note that the observation setting does not restrict the reach of your campaign, but lets you observe the performance of the All Users list. If you select Targeting when adding the audience list, your ads will only show to users who search for your keywords and are on the All Users list. This narrows the reach of your campaign, since potential customers who are searching for your keywords will not see your ad if they're not already on the All Users list. To add the All Users list to your search campaigns, begin by clicking the Audience Manager to view your audience lists. Select the All Users list and click to add to campaigns. Select All Search Campaigns and choose Observation. To view the audience list applied to your search campaign, view a search campaign and click Audience. Here you can see the targeting setting of the campaign. When pairing the All Users list with Smart Bidding, you don't need to add any bid adjustments since Smart Bidding takes care of this for you. The Audiences versus Other rows help you compare the performance of those on the All Users list to those who were not.
This campaign type uses Google's machine learning capabilities to help you broaden your customer base and win new conversions. All that's required is a target cost per acquisition, campaign budget, and creative assets. To successfully run a smart display campaign, you must use conversion tracking and meet the conversion-based eligibility requirements. Conversions can be sourced from a Google Ads or Google Analytics tag, but your account must have at least 50 conversions on the display network or at least 100 conversions on the search network in the last 30 days. It's important to determine how your smart display campaign will impact other campaigns running in your account. If you're new to the display network, you can still use Smart Display to manage all of your display advertising by expanding to new customers and engaging returning customers. If you're currently running campaigns on the display network, gradually consolidate your Smart Display campaign with existing display campaigns. This provides the algorithm with more data points so that it can learn to develop patterns. That being said, if you'd prefer to run your existing display campaigns alongside your Smart Display campaign, you can still do so. Before creating the campaign, determine how much a conversion is worth to you. If you've been running display campaigns focused on finding new customers and are now launching a Smart Display campaign, start with a target CPA bid that's on par with the average CPA of your existing campaigns for the same product or service. If the only campaigns you've been running on the display network are remarketing, start with a target CPA that's 20 to 30% higher than the average CPA of your remarketing campaigns. If you've never advertised on the Google Display Network before, start with a target CPA that is at least 200% higher than your average CPA of your search campaigns. Keep in mind that your average CPA for Smart Display will be higher than a traditional display network remarketing campaign. This is because Smart Display campaigns re-engage existing customers while also reaching new customers. If your initial target CPA is too low, your campaign won't have the flexibility to meet its full potential during the learning period. Let's get started. On the page menu on the left side of the interface, click Campaigns and then click the blue plus button to select a new campaign. Select a campaign goal or create a campaign without a goals guidance. For whichever goal you select, choose Display as the campaign type and then Smart Display as the campaign subtype. Here you'll note the option to enter your website's URL. This is an optional functionality that will pull images or logos from your landing page. Alternatively, you can later upload specific images during the ad group creation. Continue through the campaign setup by entering a campaign name and choosing locations and languages to reach. You'll now select the campaign's automated bid strategy by focusing either on conversions or conversion value. Selecting conversions will utilize a target CPA bid strategy. You then have the option to pay every time someone clicks on your ad or every time a conversion occurs. Selecting conversion value will utilize a target ROAS bid strategy. Since this bid strategy is based on conversion values rather than conversions, you'll pay each time someone clicks on an ad. Next, you'll enter the campaign's daily budget. Set a daily budget of at least 2 times your target CPA. You now have the base structure of the campaign and can create your first ad group. You should create separate ad groups for each product or service that you're advertising. If you sell multiple products, focus on important product groups when creating ad groups. At this stage, you'll provide individual assets: headlines, descriptions, images, and a logo. The machine learning model will generate and test each possible combination of your assets to find the best performing creatives and most relevant ads for your customers. Make sure these individual assets can be paired interchangeably with one another. Best practice is to add 5 short headlines, 5 descriptions, 5 marketing images, and 1 logo. By adding more headlines, descriptions, and images, Smart Display campaigns build smarter ad combinations that are customized to your audience. Lastly, click Create Campaign. Smart Display campaigns are automated campaigns that can take time to scale and stabilize, depending on the number of conversions that you're getting. In order for the system to learn to drive performance, it needs enough data to determine what's driving conversions. For example, the device or time of day.
On a last-click attribution model, all conversion credit is given to the last search ad that a customer clicked before converting. This ignores the increasingly complex and multi-touch nature of customers' search journeys. Non-last-click models attribute credit to all clicks throughout a customer's conversion path on the search and shopping network. Understanding the value of all clicks for search and shopping provides you with the data you need to make informed optimization decisions. There are several attribution models available within Google Ads, 5 so-called rules-based models, and 1 data-driven model. Data-driven attribution is the recommended model for all eligible advertisers. Powered by dynamic algorithms, it uses your account data and Google's machine learning capabilities to determine which ads, keywords, and campaigns have the greatest impact on your business goals. To opt into data-driven attribution, your account must have at least 15,000 clicks on Google Search and 600 conversions for a conversion action in the last 30 days. If data-driven isn't available in your account, choose one of the rules-based and multi-touch attribution models. The rules-based models include time decay, linear, and position-based. Time decay gives more credit to clicks that happened closer in time to the conversion. Linear distributes conversion credit equally across all clicks on the conversion path. Position-based gives 40% of credit to both the first and last clicked ads and corresponding keyword, with the remaining 20% spread out across the other clicks on the path. When choosing your attribution model, think about your marketing objectives. Are you trying to find growth through acquiring new customers? If so, consider the position-based model. Are you currently a market leader or new to the market? Is there low or high competition within your industry? Ensure that your non-last click attribution model best meets your business goals. Attribution models are set at the conversion action level. To switch from a last click to non-last click attribution model, view a conversion action and click Edit Settings. Select Attribution Model and choose from the models in the drop-down menu. Data-driven attribution, or one of the rules-based models, linear, time decay, or position-based. The drop-down menu will show all the models your account is eligible for. To benefit from non-last click attribution, it's important to understand how to read the data. The value in your conversion columns will change moving forward as conversions are credited across keywords, ad groups, and campaigns that received clicks along the conversion path. Your performance will not improve until you take action on the new data. After you've switched to a non-last click attribution model, it's important that you look at an appropriate time range when analyzing your Google Ads data. If you only look at the most recent days, it may appear like your conversions are decreasing, but this is a result of customer behavior and your conversion time lag. For example, conversion credit that would only be attributed to Saturday on a last click model is attributed to all of the clicks throughout the conversion path: Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday that week. This may appear as a decrease in conversions if you're looking at Saturday's data on Sunday, but as time goes on and more customers convert, Saturday will continue to receive credit for conversions that take place on the following Tuesday and Wednesday. After 1 or 2 conversion cycles, the conversion credit for Saturday will normalize. To understand your customer conversion cycle, look at the time lag report to see how many days it takes the average customer to convert after their first click on your ad. This is how many days you should always exclude from your reporting when analyzing performance. For example, if the average conversion time lag is about 4 days long, analyze days 1 to 30 from month 1 on day 5 of month 2. When you switch attribution models, any new conversions will be attributed based on your chosen model in both the All Conversions and Conversions column. Since switching attribution models will not adjust your historical data, you can use the Conversions Current Model column to understand historical performance after an attribution model change. This way you can still compare account performance from month to month or year to year. When comparing time periods before or during the attribution model change, always use the Current Model column.
Non-last click models give credit to all clicks throughout a customer's conversion path on the search and shopping network. After transitioning from a last click to a non-last click model, it's common to see a shift in conversions from desktop to mobile devices and from branded to generic, non-branded keywords. This is because mobile devices and generic keywords are often undervalued on a last click model. For example, think about the journey of purchasing a new mattress. You first conduct a generic search for best mattress on your mobile device during your commute. You later search mattress in a box while at home. You eventually find a branded mattress that you like, search for it, and then buy the mattress on your desktop. On a last click model, your non-branded searches that led to clicks on mobile receive no conversion credit. Whereas on a non-last click attribution model, all search clicks across the conversion path receive credit. This data allows you to make informed decisions on what to optimize for. Longer customer conversion paths will see larger shifts in conversion credit, while shorter conversion paths may see smaller changes. Once you've updated your attribution model, your conversions column will now reflect your new non-last click model when new conversions occur. You can then use this data to optimize for which touchpoints drove the most value for your business. There are 3 recommended actions: adjusting targets or bids, testing new keywords, and re-examining campaign budgets. The recommended bidding approach is to adopt smart bidding in Google Ads. Smart bidding uses advanced machine learning to help you tailor the right bid to each and every auction. Smart bidding is most powerful when paired with non-last click attribution, since it optimizes bids for your customer's entire conversion path. If your account is not on smart bidding and you'd like to use it with your non-last click attribution model, you can make this change instantaneously after changing your model. Since conversion credit will shift under your non-last click model, it's important to adjust campaign targets to this new data. When adjusting your targets, consider your conversion time lag. The time lag report shows how many days it takes the average customer to convert after their first click on your ad. If the average conversion time lag is about 4 days long, exclude the most recent 4 days from your reporting. After an attribution model change, look at the conversion's current model and cost per conversion's current model columns to set your new target CPA or target ROAS. The cost per conversions column shows what your average CPA or ROAS is for your set time period. The cost per conversion current model column shows your average past CPA or ROAS under your selected non-last click model. This column shows you what your new CPA target should be so that your model change has no impact on your overall investment levels. In this example, target CPA should be adjusted based off the current model CPA. If you use manual bidding, use the new conversion data as your source of truth for optimization going forward. Invest more in keywords that perform well under the new attribution model. After adjusting campaign targets or bids, think about testing new keywords. On a last click model, some keywords may have been paused or deleted due to low conversion volume or a higher cost per conversion. On a non-last click model, these keywords may receive more conversion credit and should then be tested. You can use the Search Lost Impression Share column to understand the percentage of time that your ads didn't show due to insufficient budget. If a campaign is exceeding its performance goals or meeting its targets, increase the budget to capture as much demand as possible.
It uses advanced machine learning to help you tailor the right bid to each and every auction. The recommended timeline to evaluate and test bidding performance is as follows. Implement smart bidding and then consider the learning period. The learning period is the period of time in which Google Ads gathers the performance data it needs to optimize your bids. When a bid strategy is in the learning period, limit major changes to the campaign as much as possible. For example, avoid budget changes, major keyword additions, and landing page swaps. This is because the bid strategy is currently adjusting to the campaign setup. It typically takes 1 to 2 weeks for a bid strategy to adjust, although this largely depends on the volume of conversions. Smart bidding should work for all campaigns, but ramp-up tends to be faster when there's more conversion volume. Once the learning period has ended, establish a 2 to 4 week post-control period. And lastly, consider your conversion lag. Most clicks don't result in immediate conversions, since customers may interact with your ads across multiple searches and devices. After you've allowed for the smart bidding algorithm to learn and for your conversions to register, you can begin to analyze performance through one of these 3 methods: drafts and experiments, target metric comparison through the bid strategy report, or pre-post metric analysis. If you tested a bid strategy by running an experiment, you can understand the results from the scorecard that populates at the top of your experiment. If you added a bid strategy directly to your campaign, the recommended method to evaluate performance is to use the bid strategy report. This report allows you to understand how your bid strategies have performed for key metrics. From the Campaigns tab, use the Bid Strategy Type column to access the bid strategy report. View the campaign's bid strategy status at the top of the report. This campaign is currently active rather than learning. Here, the campaign target CPA is set to $5. Average target CPA is the average target that your bid strategy optimized for over the selected time period. In this report, the average is higher than $5. This is because the average CPA includes any device bid adjustments, target CPAs set at the ad group level, and any changes made to your strategy target over this time period. actual CPA is the actual cost of a conversion that your bid strategy was able to achieve. We see that the actual CPA is lower than the target CPA of $5. When viewing the graph, don't focus on daily performance. View at least a week-long time period to understand CPA trends. The yellow triangle signifies various changes that affected the bid strategy during this time period. For example, during this time period, the campaign's bid strategy was limited by budget. The bid strategy report indicates any conversion lag impacting your campaign. It differs from the time lag report since it's specific to the campaign using smart bidding. On average, in this campaign we're reviewing, it takes 23 days for customers to convert. To accurately evaluate performance, factor out this conversion lag reported in your bid strategy report. A third way to compare performance is by using a pre-post evaluation method. This is the most challenging way to compare the performance of smart bidding, since there are many additional variables that may be influencing these metrics. For example, if you choose to compare performance from month to month, there may be seasonality differences or auction dynamics that don't render it a true comparison. The bid strategy report will provide the most stable picture of your smart bidding performance.
The Google Display Network can help you reach customers while they're browsing their favorite websites, showing a friend a YouTube video, checking their Gmail account, or using mobile devices and apps. Today, the Google Display Network includes more than 3 million inventory partners. This can make managing your display ads increasingly challenging and time-consuming. All you need to do is provide assets, such as headlines, descriptions, images, and logos for Google Ads to help you make smarter, faster, and more impactful decisions. Responsive display ads are the default ad type for the display network. They merge legacy responsive ads, dynamic remarketing, and smart display ads into one single ad format. Your assets are the building blocks of your ads. Responsive display ads take these assets and use machine learning to create ads that reach your customers. Machine learning uses your historical performance data to do billions of creative A/B tests in order to pair the right message to the right user. Responsive display can show us almost any size text, image, or native format ad across the display network, YouTube, and Gmail. When setting up a new responsive display ad, include at least 5 headlines, 5 images, 5 short descriptions, a one-to-one logo, 1 long headline, and your business's name. Supply as many assets as you can, so Google Ads can mix and match the assets to create ads for each available ad space. Let's get started. Choose a display network campaign and navigate to the Ads and Extensions tab. Click the blue plus button and select Responsive Display Ad. Select an ad group. If you want your responsive display ads to support dynamic remarketing, make sure your ad group or its campaign is attached to a Merchant Center feed. For dynamic remarketing ads, feed quality will continue to be the driver of your ad's performance. First, define your final URL. This is the page that the ad will direct customers to. Now, select your images and logos. Enter your URL to scan to your website. Or, choose from the free library of stock images and search for images related to your website, products, or service. Upload images or logos that meet or can be cropped to the requirements. Images should have a strong visual focus and minimal text overlay. Write a short headline. The short headline is the first line of your ad and appears in tight ad spaces where a long headline doesn't fit. Then, write a long headline. The long headline is also the first line of your ad and appears instead of your short headline in longer ads. Now, write up to 5 distinct descriptions. The description adds to the headline and invites customers to take action. Keep in mind that these headlines and descriptions can be paired together in any combination. Ensure that all of your assets work together. Lastly, enter your business name. Use the real-time feedback and scorecard to help guide you through creating an ad. Ad strength measures the quantity and diversity of your assets. Use any actionable feedback to improve the effectiveness of your ads. Before saving the ad, you can preview it on the display network, YouTube, and Gmail for mobile and desktop. Use the drop-down menu to toggle between ad formats. These are the most popular sizes and ad formats, but since responsive display ads are built to reach across almost any ad space on the display network, they can show in thousands of layouts. Click Save to create the responsive display ad.
$3.6 billion searches happen on Google every day. Consumers are more curious and demanding than ever before and expect ads that are customized to their needs. This leads to the question, how can you serve highly relevant ads to each search query with little effort? Responsive search ads are an ad format that adapt to show more text and relevant messages to your customers. Using the power of machine learning, responsive search ads mix the headlines and descriptions that you provide to automatically test different combinations and learn which performs best. By adapting your ad's content to more closely match potential customer search terms, responsive search ads drive conversion and click uplift. Let's get started. Select a search campaign and click the Ads and Extensions tab on the left. Click on the blue plus button. Select the responsive search ad option and then choose an ad group. First, define your final URL. This is the page that the ad will direct customers to. You can define a display URL. This is the URL that will appear when the ad shows. It's time to get creative and write your headlines and descriptions. Responsive search ads can show up to 3 headlines instead of 2, and up to 2 description fields instead of 1. Keep in mind that headlines and descriptions may appear in any order, so ensure that your assets can work together in any combination. The more headlines and descriptions that you provide, the more combinations Google's machine learning can generate. For best results, follow these recommendations. Focus on providing as many assets as possible, which are distinct from one another. Remember, your responsive search ad may show up to 3 headlines and 2 descriptions side by side. Try to phrase an idea in different ways, since the system avoids showing redundant text side by side. Think about additional benefits and features, a problem you're solving, or even highlight shipping and return information. Test out creating headlines of different lengths. Don't try to maximize the character count in every headline, since the machine learning model will test both short and long headlines. Try to provide 2 to 3 more headlines related to your keywords. Enter your headline and description options. Make sure you have reached the available limit by clicking on the Add Headline and Add Description buttons. You'll then be able to see an example of how your ad might look. On the right-hand side of the screen, you'll see the Ad Strength tool. Ad Strength measures the relevance, quality, and diversity of your responsive search ad content. Combined with actionable feedback, Ad Strength makes it easy for you to improve the effectiveness of your ads. Ad Strength is available when creating a responsive ad and also as a column. Think about reusing assets that performed well in your expanded text ads. The same quality content that worked in your text ads will work for your responsive search ads. By default, all of your headlines and descriptions can appear in any order. However, you can control where individual headlines or descriptions appear in your ad by pinning them to specific positions. For example, if you have a disclaimer or a specific offer that needs to appear in every single combination, you can guarantee that by pinning the title. When editing or creating a responsive search ad, click the pin icon and decide the position you'd like to pin that headline or description to. If you pin multiple headlines or descriptions to the same position, one of the assets will always appear. Pinning reduces the overall number of headlines or descriptions that can be matched to a potential customer's search, so it isn't recommended for most advertisers. If you need to pin, try pinning 2 or 3 headlines or descriptions to each position so that any of them can show in that position. This gives you more flexibility to find out which headlines or descriptions perform best. Now click Save to create your ad.
Responsive display ads are a form of asset-based ads that show up on the Google Display Network. An asset is part of an ad, such as a headline, description, image, or logo. To create responsive display ads, you upload assets into Google Ads. Then, machine learning algorithms combine these assets in countless combinations while continuously optimizing for performance. Include the recommended number of assets: 5 headlines, 5 images, 5 short descriptions, a one-to-one logo, 1 long headline, and your business name. Ensure that all short headlines, long headlines, and description copy are distinct and can be used interchangeably. Use high-quality images. For the best results, avoid images that are blurry, skewed, or use excessive filters. Images should not have round edges or borders, nor should they include a mirrored image. Don't overlay a logo, text, or button on top of your image. This includes button overlays that lead customers to click play or download. And lastly, avoid displaying products over digital composite backgrounds, including an all-white background. Create unique and effective copy. Your long headline should demonstrate your brand or product's value proposition in a way that's interesting and useful to customers. It should be able to stand alone without the support of a description. Create short headlines that are unique and compelling. It's best to spell out your offer, rather than repeating your business name in the short headline. Descriptions should be written to complement short headlines. Articulate your value proposition clearly, rather than writing descriptions that include very little detail on business value. Uploading your logo. Upload your business's logo in both 1:1 and 4:1 aspect ratios. Ensure your entire logo is centered and not too close to the edge of the image. Avoid adding small text in your logo, and don't add additional flair or details that aren't usually a part of it. Transparent logos are preferred, but white backgrounds are also acceptable. Your business name. Enter your conversational brand name rather than your business's full legal name. Don't use any trademark or copyright signals in your business name. Linking your Google My Business account to your Google Ads account allows your ads to appear with location extensions. Location extensions encourage customers to visit your storefront. Your ads can appear with your business address, a map to your location, or the distance to your business. Customers can then click your location extension to get further details about your location or your business profile. Setting up location extensions is the groundwork for using location-based features in Google Ads, like store visits, reporting, or local campaigns. Let's get started. If you're new to Google My Business, begin by creating an account. If you already have a Google My Business account, start in your Google Ads account. Click Ads and Extensions in the page menu on the left. Then, select Extensions at the top of the page. Click the blue plus button and choose Location Extension. Here you have 2 options: to find an existing Google My Business account using your website domain, or to link to an account that you know. Under Find an Account, your website domain should show up automatically. If it doesn't, enter your domain to discover potential Google My Business accounts. Select countries by clicking the pencil icon. In the list below, select the Google My Business account that best matches your business. Confirm that the correct Google My Business account is showing in preview, and then click Continue. If you manage a Google My Business account, click Link to an Account I Know. Select the Google My Business account that you manage from the drop-down menu and click Continue. If you know the email on the Google My Business account that you'd like to link, click Link to an Account I Know. Enter the account email address to send an approval request. Only when this email accepts the approval request will the Google My Business location be added as location extensions. Once you've linked your Google My Business and Google Ads accounts, your storefront addresses are eligible to show up as location extensions across your account. To add filters at the account level, navigate to the Extensions tab. select the Google My Business account that you want to add filters to. Under the Limit the locations that are synced with Google Ads section, fill in your exact business name or narrow down the locations further with specific labels. Keep in mind that if you wish to filter by label rather than name, those labels must be added to locations in Google My Business before applying filters in Google Ads. Alternatively, you can add a filter at the campaign or ad group level. You can choose all synced locations with a specific label or business name, manually select specific locations, or filter no locations.
Linking your YouTube channel and Google Ads account allows you to run ads based on customers' interactions with your channel's videos. In this video, we'll explain how to link your YouTube channel and Google Ads account in a few simple steps. Video remarketing lists, where you can advertise to customers who have viewed any video from your channel, viewed a specific video, or even subscribed to your channel. And additional reporting metrics like video view statistics and earned views. From a YouTube channel or from the Google Ads interface. Today we'll link the accounts from your Google Ads account. Let's get started. In your Google Ads account, click the Tools button. Click Linked Accounts and go to the YouTube section. This will open the Link YouTube to Google Ads page. Now click Add Channel or the plus button. In the dialog box, search for a channel or enter its URL. Either choose I own this channel if you have login credentials to the channel, or someone else owns this channel. If you selected I own this channel, click Go to YouTube. Sign in to your YouTube channel in the new tab that opens up. Assign a name to the account and set permissions for what features you'd like the Google Ads account to be able to access, and click Finish to link the accounts. In case someone else owns the channel, enter their email address to send a linking request. The channel owner will review the request and define the same set of permissions shown before. All linked YouTube accounts will show up in your Google Ads account.
It includes a specific video ad format called TrueView for Action that makes it easier for your customers to take action, intent-based audience types that help you reach the right people, and improvements to measurement in YouTube. In this video, we'll discuss the second feature, intent-based audiences. YouTube offers many ways to reach customers, such as by demographics, interests, or habits. But when the goal is to drive direct conversions, we recommend using intent audiences or remarketing audiences, since these audiences are more often likely to convert. They include life events. This is for viewers who are going through important life milestones like graduating from college or moving homes. In-market segments. This is for viewers who are actively considering buying a certain product or service. Custom intent audiences. This is for viewers who search for your product or service on Google.com. They include remarketing to your website visitors or viewers who engaged with your videos. Customer match, which allows you to reach customers on your CRM list who have already given you their contact information. And similar audiences, which allows you to reach new customers that are similar to your existing customers. It is best practice to use separate audience types in separate campaigns. Separating campaigns will allow you to control the budget and optimization for each audience type. Audience types should not be layered on top of one another, since it can limit traffic. Also note that custom intent campaigns require using keywords with a total volume that's larger than 1 million monthly queries. If the volume is smaller, if you want insights on volume potential, you can use the Keyword Planner tool. Let's get started. In your dedicated custom intent YouTube campaign, select the Audience tab. Click the pencil icon and select the ad group that you'll add the custom intent audience to. Select what they are actively researching or planning. Select New Custom Intent Audience. Name your audience and insert the relevant search keywords. When choosing keywords, keep in mind that keywords are treated as broad match. It is recommended that your custom intent campaign mirrors your search activity. Separate ad groups by brand and generic keywords and by keyword themes. Start campaigns with your highest converting keywords from your search campaigns, and ensure that these keywords have enough search volume. When you're done inserting keywords, select Create, and then Save.